Washington State University. Go Cougs!
Welcome back to the course on behavior analysis from mobile sensor data. In the previous set of videos and slides, you learned how to design an app and implement it so that it can collect sensor data. Here, we will focus on how we can use such mobile sensor data to learn activities. Why do we want to perform activity learning? Well, the focus of this entire program is to analyze human behavior based on sensor data that is collected in the presence of humans as they perform various kinds of behaviors throughout their routine. Activities give us a vocabulary for expressing that behavior, and then when we can model those activities, recognize when they occur, and track their occurrences, then we can correlate occurrences of specific activities with parameters of interest like health or automation or use of resources. We can also use activity awareness to design activity-aware services so that we can automate aspects of a person's routine or environment in a way that is sensitive to the activities they're performing and those that are coming up. In this course segment, we will focus on two aspects of activity learning from mobile sensor data. We will first describe how to extract features from mobile sensor data that could be used as data points for modeling activities, and then we will talk about how to perform activity recognition from this data. Other aspects of activity learning include activity discovery, or automatically discovering activity patterns from mobile sensor data, and activity prediction, or predicting or forecasting the upcoming occurrences of activities based on currently observed sensor data and past routines as established from the mobile sensor data. The last two aspects, discovery and prediction, were described in the course on behavior analysis from ambient sensor data, and the techniques that were described there could be applied to mobile sensor data as well, so we will not cover that material again in this course. Now let's consider this video that we saw in the previous set of lectures on designing an app to collect sensor data from a mobile phone. In this app, a person is collecting the data from the app as they move the phone around, and you can see the acceleration values in the X, Y, and Z directions moving and changing as the phone moves in each direction, and the pitch values changing here. The roll values changing now, and finally the yaw values changing. This is the type of sensor data that we can collect. In this case, the latitude and longitude do not change much because the user is not physically changing locations. The altitude of the phone may change a bit. So the question is, how can we use this collected sensor data to automatically recognize the activity that that person is performing at the time? That captured knowledge could be used inside, for example, an activity learning app that you can now design and implement based on what you've learned in the previous videos. In this example app, we'll call this app activity learning. One thing that we need is the ability to every now and then query user for what activity they're performing so that we can train our models. Here are some of the activities that this app has already been designed to recognize, although others can be added by the user so it adapts to their particular routine. And then once some activities are modeled and recognized, somebody might want to see a report of how they're spending their time in terms of the number of occurrences that have been detected of the activities that they're reporting. So the data is being collected continuously, and occasionally the user will be queried to see if the activity is automatically recognized and is correct or not, and if it's not correct, the user can select which activity label is correct in order to continually refine the activity model. Now, how we perform activity recognition from the mobile sensor data will be the emphasis of the next two modules.